A very good morning from wherever you are joining us this beautiful Wednesday morning, the day that the Lord has made. We are glad to be here, and thank you so much for finding time to join us this financial clinic morning. And today is going to be special. It's a fashionable one because we are going to talk about entrepreneurship and mentorship. The details are in here, so don't go away. Just ensure that you're with me to the end of the show, and so talk to us through our SMS line 20316 and 0786316 is our WhatsApp line. And this morning I'm joined by a beautiful ladies. One of them is a top designer. Actually, I have a president in the house this morning. I'm so honored, you know. And then I have her mentee, who she's worked with a beautiful journey as well. She's a talented designer, and also, I mean, let me not spill all the beans. Let them speak for themselves. And so keep it here. Karibuni sana. Welcome, Akinyi. Let me say President Akinyi, but you'll introduce yourself, and also Nduta. Karibuni sana.
Asante.
I'll start with you, Akinyi. Don't please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. I honor God for being here this morning. My name is Akinyi Odongo OGW. I'm the president of the Akinyi Odongo Group, where we have various aspects of fashion and creative space that we are in. We have trainings for both children and adults. We have a high-end fashion brand. We have an art center, and just all matters the orange economy.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And I'm a born-again Christian.
Amen.
A mother too.
Yeah. Welcome. Karibu sana. What a beautiful, start. And Nduta?
Hello, guys. My name is Naomi Nduta. I'm a fashion designer.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a firstborn child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Akinyi, I'll start with you.
Yes.
You're here as an entrepreneur. You're here as a mentor, you know, a mom, like you've just said. But I just want to know what really inspired you to just get into this world of fashion, world of design, you know, what inspired you?
My journey starts from way back as a child. And I grew up in a small village called Rangala in Siaya County.
Yeah.
So I'm a born village, went to a village school, and basically just, you know, that girl that is brought up in a village, and sometimes you have dreams and you're like, oh, you'll never meet some standards, you know, and I was a creative child. I was always in music, drama, designing, volleyball, but you know, that child who is always doing everything until your parents are like, hey, do you ever sit down to study? Like, can you be serious with life? And of course, then creativity wasn't a thing. You know, either you have to be a doctor, nurse, and all that. So it wasn't really easy, you know, growing up as a creative child, because everybody questioned my behavior or my creativity, because I think differently, I behave differently. And I thank God that He was able to just sustain me and hold me. My parents somehow, they got to understand in a very not easy way though. And finished high school, then went for military training, which I did for about 2.5 years.
Military, you say?
Yes.
Okay.
So when it's left, it's left. When it's right, it's right. So when it's no, no. When it's a yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think also that really has helped me become who I am, because I always believe that whatever you face in life or you go through in life has a purpose.
Definitely.
So it does train you and prepares you for the future. So growing up as a little girl, being creative, went to military training, then after that left and then went to do fashion. And also fashion, I went to college and I was already a mother. So I was in school with the younger people than me, and also that it's a lot of courage to be in school with people who are younger than you, and you're already a mother. So it's been a journey, and just growing the business from one-man show to where it is now, and also creating platforms from others as well.
Beautiful journey it has been. Naomi, why fashion? You know, let me just start from there with you. Why fashion? Why not anything else?
Okay, fashion has been my passion. I started when I was in Tanzania.
In Tanzania?
My mom used to buy for me a machine. So she buy for me machine, and then I didn't know what to do. That machine I used for playing.
Yeah.
That's how I started making outfit.
So like the way you do for dolls for you at home, you just cut things.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how we do creativity. Then when I go to high school, I usually draw in class. That's how I decided to choose the fashion design.
So just like Akinyi, you also had some creativity, innate creativity within you, right? Oh, fantastic. Akinyi, if you have a fashion school, fashion and design school, talk to us about that and how now you got to at least mentor this beautiful lady here. Very talented, by the way. I think people should just see what she does online. Yeah.
I always say that for every problem that I've faced in life, I create a solution.
Okay.
So as a business owner, at some point as I was employing people, I could get people coming to look for work, but when they come, I keep training. I retrain again. So I'm like, you've come from university for 4 years, you've done fashion or diploma for 3 years or 2 years, but then you're coming for employment and there are assignments that you can't do. So then I found myself retraining, and a lot of retrain. Once you train, people poach and they go away. So I've trained many people. So then that inspired me to create a fashion school that I would be able to train people. So it started as where I'm able to train a few people. Parents could ask me, oh, where did you train? Can I bring my daughter? Can I bring my son? And I started slowly. So it reached a point when I said, no, I need to take this very seriously. Then I had to register an institution with the government. So we are a legal licensed institute for fashion, and we are a private TVET institution called MEFA Institute of Design, where we offer diploma, certificates, and artisan courses. And we only do fashion. Most colleges you'll find they do hair, beauty, fashion, a mixture of everything.
You specialize in that.
For us, you're like, we just have to specialize in fashion, so that we don't really go into any other area, because also fashion is wide. Out of the courses you can come up with pattern makers, stylists. There's a number of careers that can come out of that. So starting that for me was very critical, and I had to do it right. As a Christian,
absolutely,
I believe in doing things right. It's always a harder thing to do, very strenuous way, but finally your conscience is very clear that whatever you're doing is the right thing. So I think it took me about 3 years just to get the clearance from Ministry of Education. For them to come and check your area, check the facilities, the trainers and all that. And it has been a journey. We are picking up slowly but surely, because we are very intentional. Because we do believe that we train a whole person. You don't just come in and come and stitch and leave. We work with them, we walk with them, we mentor them, guide them through their careers. And one thing that God has enabled us to do, because I have a very special place for special, differently able people. So we are an integrated institution because we don't discriminate. We've got students who've trained with us who are, physically challenged, visually impaired, hearing, hard to hear, like Naomi here, who sometimes maybe when she's expressing herself, the viewers may not be able to really get what she's saying, but it was us to help her build her confidence and try even sometimes to raise our voice in class for her to hear. It was not an easy journey for us. So for me, it's even the institution that I've been able to create, I look at it as a wholesome place. It's not about the numbers of the students. For me, it's about where God has placed in my heart is that it's for those who really God wants us to train. And all our students will love them, and you'll find they're all unique, because I come from the place where I understand that each one of us has been created differently, and all of us are important. There's nobody who is more important than the other. Our differences in either way does not matter. We have got students who maybe parents would think they are crazy, or I don't think they'll amount to anything. but then we are able to train them and become something in the society. And the reason why I felt also, for me, this is like a ministry. I love the young people, and I think if we don't invest in our young people, then we don't have a future. And the orange economy is the biggest economy, which has not been explored yet. People don't see the value in it yet. It's where most young people are. So I felt the need of opening up an institution and many other things that we do around the creative space, so that it can be able to mentor and grow other people. So to see a student come in and live out and start a business or become more confident, for us is an achievement. And we always say it's giving glory to God. And we chose, we do the certificate, the diploma, certificate, and artisan, so that then we create solutions for even students who don't get the grade. You know, sometimes, like the results were out the other day, and you know, all the people always celebrate the A students, the Bs, you know. And there's that, you know, people get D's, D minus. You see people laughing about them,
and they're literally forgotten.
And they're forgotten. Yet, God has created everybody differently. You know, and it's just that the education system is a bit unjust to us. It's like taking a snake to. What does a snake? A snake doesn't go over what? Well, what do I say? Taking to take a fish and tell a fish to climb a tree. It's not possible. But if you insist the fish to go up the tree, the fish is a failure. They'll get an E. Because they don't thrive on a tree. But you drop the fish in water. Oh my God. It will thrive. It will swim. So sometimes in education, what we had in the 844 system is that you're generally condemned for the rest of your life. And so many people out there, I'm sure, either have given up in life and they are condemned because I didn't get a good grade. Yet the good grade is not really what defines you.
So MID, it's called MID, MEFA Institute of Design. This is now a safe space for, you know, people like who feel
it's a safe, for me. It's creating a space that everyone is accepted. The diploma, you can from B, you know, C+, B, you know, there are grades that the ministry has already set aside for those who qualify for that. And then as it goes down to artisan is a 1-year course where we take from either E or D minus. And that's the category where probably Naomi fell. And I remember Naomi's parents thinking that, you know, they've given up. It's not easy. But we had to now guide her to do, we tell her, okay, for her coming, she has come in and do artisan course, which she managed to join in, finished, did her national exam. She thrived. And let me tell you, Naomi is so good. She is so good at her work.
I want to know, Naomi, how, and I can tell because I've looked at some of her work, I've looked at some of your work, Naomi. Beautiful dress that you've worn, some suit you've made, amazing. How has your journey been in the world of fashion design, and what role has your mentee, Akin Yodongo, played in just ensuring that you are where you are right now as an entrepreneur, because you're a business person?
For me it was tough, very, very tough. Because in fashion, I joined it, the thing that I didn't know was like how to cut the fabric, how did they do. The only thing I know is how to sew the clothes, but cutting was difficult. So I decided, let me just go and join and learn more. The more I learn, the more I grow. The creativity started growing. So I decided to do cutting, how to cut paper, from fabric to make a fabric look good. And then I decided to do beading, because I love beading a lot. The beading is so fun. Like, I've never done fast, but now I do very fast. That's why I decided to grow and take confidence, decided to become more better.
The more you kept doing it, the more confident you became of what you're doing.
And also doing the trading outfit, because some clients, they will come, I want this on the internet. Do the same on the internet. The struggle is real. That's why I didn't have to sleep at night. You have to do the whole night and think twice.
Really? And so during this, now you're doing all this thing, did you feel like you're supported at the institute?
Yes.
In what ways?
In creative one, the creative is really growing very fast.
Yeah.
And number two, the support that I was given from the mentor was so good. I really enjoyed. Yeah.
Is it a place that you can, you can tell your peers, like, you can come here for?
Exactly.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
And also they are good to teach you one by one. Like you do this, you follow the way they are doing, so that can you understand
step by step. Step by step.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their garden is so good. Yeah. It has helped me a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, up to now.
I'm sure during this time, Akenye, she made some mistakes, as a beginner, and maybe then I would want to ask, like, what are some of the common mistakes beginners maybe making as designers, and they want to give up, and maybe you just want to encourage them not to give up?
First of all, people perceive fashion to be an easy to do thing. Yeah. Like, oh, I want to do fashion. It's glam, it's fun, it's in the internet. People are showing photos and it's just beauty and sitting pretty until they come to school and they're like, oh, pattern drafting, oh, business, oh, entrepreneurship. Oh, there's mathematics and physics also, and chemistry.
Is it?
In the syllabus, yes. And when they come in the first term, they're always like, I didn't think this is what I signed up for. And I didn't imagine it's this difficult. Yeah. Because when someone sees you wearing an outfit, they think, oh, it was just put on the table, cut. No, until you know it's to scale. And then it's done, there's mathematics on it. So how does the shoulder on this side match the shoulder on this side? You start to, it's the architecture of fashion. You start to understand, oh, an outfit is just not an outfit. There's actually architectural work to it. There's quarter skills, there's skills to it. And these are the things that we teach us, so that they're able to interpret design. So you can sketch a design, but can you interpret it and do a pattern from a quarter scale to half scale and full scale, and then produce it as is? Because you're supposed to produce what you've already created as a pattern. And that's a place that people don't understand. So when they come to school, they feel, oh my God, this is not what I signed up for. But we are able to guide them and walk with them and let them know that once you understand pattern drafting, and the course that we actually give makes our children are global, our students, you can go to any factory in the world and work, because you'll be able to interpret even whatever it is, whether it's AI generated or even in the pattern. You can easily look and tell, oh, that's this, that's it. It makes a lot of sense. So sometimes I know that people who've learned through, by heart, they say by heart, or through, but it's sometimes good to come to school and learn some of these things that you're able to understand that, oh my God, it's not what I thought it was. Naomi has been a very, her designs, when she came in, the challenge was the same, but first of all, for us, it was a struggle of understanding her. Because I'm very fast. And even that, you could meet a student, you're like, oh, then you realize, oh, we need to be slow. We need to take time for her to understand. And my God, when she got it. I don't think, she's one of our best students. Sometimes her expression may deceive you, but when you see her work, go to her social media and see what she has done.
I think I would ask guys to do that, because I have seen, and I was like, what? Even her, I believe, Naomi, what you're wearing, is it the blue dress? You made it yourself?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
From the pattern,
from the sketching to the pattern, until the final
and the
product.
color coordination and all that. Fantastic. Wow. I mean, when you look at everything right now up to where you are, what is the most rewarding moment for you?
Well, I can say really grateful. I can say God is so grateful, because most of the time I'm just sitting down thinking, not sleeping. I'm trying to think, what am I going to do to make. That's why I sit down at night, not sleeping, trying to do something, looking for design that no one I've never seen. It's really tough.
So but by bringing those, those designs out, you feel happy, you feel satisfied.
But when you do the end product, now you wear, like, okay, wow.
it was worth the sleepless nights and all that.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Entrepreneurship and mentorship, a beautiful conversation going on. And before we get back to the conversation, I'm seeing there's a viewer here who's saying, he's called James. He's saying, Sally, that's the encouragement that we need. I have a daughter that gave up on academic performance. I knew she was good at handmade stuff. We need to identify the talent of our children and instead of focusing on academic work only. James, thank you so much, James, for that. And I think Akinyo had spoken about that these children come to you and probably parents are almost like giving up on them with your grade of E or whatever, and you embrace them, you know, and encourage them. But what I've noticed is there's a lot of trust between you and your mentees, you know. How are you able to build this? And more so because they're special, you know, children or young adults. How are you able to do that?
You know, when God calls you to a space and you're living your purpose, then I think it's a little bit easier, of course, with God's guidance.
Yeah.
And sometimes what we go through in life is not just for you.
Yeah.
It's for other people. And that's something that has always remained constant. Mm-hmm. That the challenges that are faced in life were not just a waste of time. Mm-hmm. There were things that had to make me think and come up with solutions.
Okay.
So and also believing that every human being has potential,
right,
regardless of what they are. The other things are physical, but internally we are the same.
Yeah.
It's just that how do we bring out that best of that person?
Okay.
So we open our doors to everyone. And we have amazing team, because I rarely go to class. I don't teach.
Okay.
We've got tutors who teach. We have the teaching staff, and we have we have that open relationship with the students. I meet the students, you know, as maybe I pass by, walk into class just to check, are you okay? What are you doing? Are there challenges? Okay. I also have like maybe once a month meeting with the students just to get what are their challenges, what are the things that we need to improve on, which areas are not clear, and go through with them. So I don't, you know, sometimes you say that, oh, I own a business, let it run. Yeah. You know, but
you get comfortable.
You get comfortable. For me, because it's something that I'm passionate about, and it's a calling. Okay. I always take the time to be part of them, understand them. I have to understand their backgrounds. Okay. I have to, even the parents. I have the parents, you know, the WhatsApp group for the parents. Can you imagine?
Wow. Wow.
So there I'm able to communicate with the parents, also just to update them what we are doing. And if there's any parent with an issue, we can always be, you know, work together. Okay. And because the world is quite rough. And to the young people, it's not easy, because we are our generations are quite, you know, apart, and things have changed. Right. And sometimes we think the old way, that the new way becomes very difficult to understand. So I have to always pray and see how do we make this thing easier. Okay. The students getting comfortable with me or with us is because we make them know that they're okay. Okay.
That is a safe space for them.
This is a safe space. We have our rules, right? Where, of course, we have our rules that are there, but the rules are also just to guide people. Yeah. But somehow I've never had any place of indiscipline. Okay. Where we even have parents who thought their kids were the craziest they've never seen, or they have problems. I tell them, no, leave the child to us. Okay. Because we are going to handle this, and we are able to come up to a place, because having that comfortable space for them where they can be able to share, even if they have mental health issues, if they have got the challenges, and I'm able to, and that's something that I personally do, where I come in between the parent and the child, and communicate and find, you know, a place where we can be able to move ahead. And I like what the parent has just, you know, put in there, and I really support what he has said. Because if we do not, and that's why for me I say I support CBC. Yeah. Current CBC, I support it, and I was very vocal even when we were starting it. Okay. And to ensure that it's actually working. And I think sometimes I see people talk negatively, and it's just because the information, maybe they don't have the information, but if they dug deeper, they would understand how the CBC is a good way of nurturing.
And driving us into the orange economy, like
driving
said,
us into the orange economy, and it doesn't deny the STEM.
Yeah.
Because as my last born is the first guinea pig class, if I can put it. Like they're the first CBC kids who are now in grade 9.
All right.
So, and I've worked with her, and for me, I'm like, she has the option now of after grade 9 following there are 3 parts. Either STEM or there's sports and arts, and there's, it helps a child choose the right path, not like us where you're all bundled up and you must do this or you're now expelled from that area.
Okay, so from what you've said, then this, the mentorship, I'm seeing a lot of things there. Building confidence in them, mentoring them. I believe your networking and all that you've learned, Naomi, from Mid, isn't it? So now, take us through your journey, because now you're an entrepreneur. You're at 24 years. That's beautiful. How are you able now to get out there and start your own business?
Okay, first of all, starting a business, a big challenge. Most of the first thing I didn't know is how to price the outfit.
Yeah.
You have to go every shop and ask how much it is, how much is that, so that you can know the difference. The number 2, the cost of fabric.
Okay.
Some fabric you don't know how much are you going to buy. You have to go and do fabric searching with the price, and then you write each and every fabric on the book, so that you can know how to price the fabric plus your labor together.
Okay.
Number 3 is about how to do the marketing. It was a very difficult one. I didn't know how to do marketing.
But are you taught that in school?
No.
In college, rather?
No. That one you have to do, you go and ask someone who has been marketing for so long to teach you one by one how to do the social media. It was a big challenge. That's why I decided to go and find a friend of mine to help me. And then they teach you well how to post, do video like this, creating story. And then we started looking for customers. Now when you do the marketing first, you get the customers. But the customer, most of them, they have a family.
You started with your family members first?
Yeah, the family member. I decided to let's do one outfit, and then we go.
You post it?
Yeah, you post, and then the customer, they will come. And then they will support you.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was a very difficult journey.
How long have you been in business?
Okay, now it's for the past 3 years.
Wow. Wow. And how is it going so far?
I think it's going well, because I've never had a shop. I started when in the house. There in the sitting room, you make an outfit, a small space, you make it there. And then the customer, they will call you if they want to make order. But before that, I go physically. I decided to make my outfit first, and then I go outside.
Then they ask you,
who made
this?
Yes, exactly. And then they ask you, and then they book the order.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. So far, so good?
Yeah, so good.
Oh, nice, nice. Akinyi, just, this is, I don't know how you're feeling when you listen to her talk like that she's now excelling in her business. How does that make you feel?
I think for me, it's a fulfillment of purpose.
Right.
One life changed is thousands of lives changed, because I believe through her business she's not just teaching. She actually owns her haberdashery shop. That's where she also sells fabrics. So I didn't know that until I normally take I exercise sometimes in the evening. And one day I was walking, taking my evening walk all the way to Kawangware side. And then as I walk, and I'm like, oh my God, Naomi, what are you doing here? This is my shop.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh, you have grown. And she has a full stock where she's now stitching and also selling, fabrics and a number. And I was like, oh my, I took a picture. I'm like, what's the name of your shop? So it's very exciting. And that made my heart full. And in the class that there were quite a number of I think all of them are doing very well. there's one that also is very encouraging, because she actually finished the diploma course and she's now in the UK doing a degree.
Wow.
Because our certification is legit. So she was able to use our certification for a university in the UK. Fantastic. And she's now doing her degree, supposed to finish, I think, this year. So those are things that really encourages me to keep doing it, because one life changed, more lives are changed.
I'm seeing a comment here, and someone is saying, good morning, Sally and the panelists. It is a motivational show and giving each one encouragement to work harder to get his or her goals in life. God bless. So yeah, indeed, you're motivating guys out there, both of you, you know, in your own different ways. I think she spoke about, you know, marketing and all that. I'm sure there's also now the aspect of finances. Would you, you know, do you guide them into, or would you encourage them to get financial advisors as they start, you know, being in the job market? Is that important for them?
It's important. In the syllabus, we also have entrepreneurship that is there. But I think what she meant is, you know, now they're doing it. Yeah. You've been told the theory part. Practical. Now you go into the market, you're like, okay. Where am I getting this client?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I have to go to social media. And probably you have to now do your photography, you know, do a photo shoot, have your things together. You have, so we give them the tools. Yeah. Once they go there, it's how you are able to really find out what needs to be done. As I mentioned to you, the courses we teach a number of sections in the course. Yeah. So you'll find that somebody would not maybe open a shop, but they just want to do pattern. So become a pattern maker, meaning they can only do patterns for other designers to use. Okay. So you'll find someone to start.
They have different niches.
Different niches. So it's once you go out there, it's your choice. Which area works for you. Personally, when I started, I used to be the jack of all trades. I was the designer, the accountant, the messenger, you know, everything. And so, as Naomi is saying, I was laughing at I'm like, I also started in the house, you know, doing everything from home, building it up and just pushing on. So it depends, but we give them those, you know, skills.
The tools,
and then once you get to the market, it's a totally different. But we have a setup where we follow through with our students, because I do also have an organization called Fashion Agenda Africa, where I mentor younger designers across Africa. Oh, wow. So they have the opportunity to join Fashion Agenda Africa and interact with other young designers across Africa, so that they're able to maintain, you know, share amongst themselves the challenges they're facing. Where can I source fabric? Where can I be able to source? Because at some point now, I may not be able to mentor so many people. But if you put many like-minded people together, then it's very easy to interact with each other and mentor each other, support each other.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I'm curious. I want to know, what has been your best project so far? Something that you made and you're like, this is it, you know?
Okay, the evening wear.
I wish you had photos just to, but again, I'm urging people to get into you'll tell us your socials, they go and see exactly what you do. Whose evening wear was that?
It was an evening wear, but I think it's not for mine. It's for customer, a client gave me an order, but it was like minute rush, let me tell you. I have to sit down, think twice. Yeah. And then you have to do the bidding. You have to go and do for searching in town. You go make around, looking for fabric, and then they tell me the wedding on Saturday. Now I'm like, okay, am I supposed to finish? Yeah. Am I supposed to finish? Now we decided, okay, we are going to make each day and day. Monday we are going to fabric the whole day. Yeah. Until I get it. And then on Tuesday start doing the pattern drafting. Right. Which the design was very difficult. It was a crochet design. Okay. Now the problem, I didn't know how to make that. Now I have to go and think about how to draft that clothes. Yeah. I get an idea at night. When I go at bed, not sleeping, trying to think, but later I got idea. Okay. And then you start making.
So in the morning when you woke up, you're implementing now.
Immediately. Yeah. You cannot forget it. You do immediately. Yeah. And then you start cutting the clothes. Okay. But when I finished making the clothes, the product was so nice.
Oh, the client was happy?
Yeah, it was happy. The fitting was one. No.
Really?
Yeah.
It was perfect fit.
Perfect.
Ah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I really enjoyed the product.
That was your best?
Yeah, the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so far. Akini, I'm just wondering, when now your mentees, now your students, they're out there now, for sure they meet criticism, you know, because they're other people, there's competition out there. How do you help them? Or has one of them ever come back like, you know, I feel I'm down, I'm downtrodden because of the comments, social media and stuff like that. How do you encourage them? How do you deal with such a situation?
Wow. You know, the interactions that I have with the students, the one I tell you once a month or twice when I pop in, yes, they're always random conversations, and they ask me very hard questions sometimes to answer.
Yeah.
They'll ask me, Ati, Madam, how much do you charge for your outfits? When I tell them, like, you know,
I know, yeah.
Like, and then they'll go deeper and ask, how did you get there? You know, I remember when I was starting as a designer, I used to charge 500, 1500.
Yes. Yeah.
And you know, as you build your confidence, you know, as you perfect your work, because immediately you get into what Naomi is 3 years ago is not what she is today.
Right.
And I'm sure in the next 10 years she'll be much better.
Oh yeah.
And some of these things is as you stay on in that area, you'll realize that there's some, you know, to find now your proper niche, you'll find that, oh, probably I'm very good at evenings. These are where my clientele are more. Or when you start, you're always doing, I remember starting with curtains, rugs, you know, evening wear, you know, everything. Yeah. But as time goes, you realize, oh, people appreciate this more. I then you now specialize. So right now I just focus on official wear, you know, work wear, and more clean cuts. I rarely do evening gowns, or, you know, you learn to. I don't do curtains anymore. I don't do rugs anymore. Yeah, you know. So it's with time that they're able to, and we teach them confidence, because there's a in the syllabus there's communication and also fantastic. You know, how to run a business. Yeah. So confidence is one of the things that we teach our students, because when I speak to them, I'm very forthright, and Naomi can tell you that. There's no fail. For me, I don't believe that you can fail. There's nothing impossible. And I like when she's just telling her story that the design was very difficult. Yeah. She had to really think, sleep, wake up, you know, try to, until she got a solution. Yeah. Because one of the things that I tell anybody that I mentor, don't ever come to me and tell me there's no solution. Yeah. If you have a problem, you must find a solution for it. So we teach our students to be solution minded, to be people who give out solution, and then also just to be confident, because when you start looking around what happens around you, my dear, you will lose focus. You will lose. There's a lot of like now, example, if I decided to go on social media and start saying, oh, what is this designer doing, what is this, my God, you'll be like, I failed. I'm failing in life. You totally forget about yourself. It's good to be inspired, look around, but keep your focus to yourself. I think I'll read one last comment. Good morning, Sally. Wow, I love the show today. I'm happy to see a mentor speak proudly about CBC. It's exactly what TVET institutions are made for. But when we start such training at early age, imagine how much of professionals TVET institutions would produce. Please share Naomi's socials or directions to her shop. I want a beautiful dress for my daughter on her birthday this year. And that's why, Naomi, I'll give you, because actually we're just about to wind up. You know, we have a few minutes to go. Please tell people, like, your final, you know, your final sentiments as you share your socials as well. Okay.
You can find me on social media, Instagram, Naomi Couture. And my phone number is 0700-289701. 0700-289701. Call me and you'll find me. Yeah. Professional design.
The confidence. Hey, wow, the confidence. Even me, I think I would order something, because I believe like, hey, then you're talking, you'll deliver, you know? And coming from Akinyi, who, by the way, she's a type, because I've worked with, she's not the type at ile material ilipotea, or it got finished? No. So I would definitely work with you. Akinyi, your final sentiments in a very brief, you know, in like not 2 minutes, in 30 seconds.
First, just to see that message that someone saying that she's very giving Naomi an order and also very proud, and things should be started early. That's the reason why we also have an arm of 1 Hour Tindo where we teach kids from 6 years to 17 years old.
Wow.
We teach them fashion, and we've already have kids who have already built their brands and they're now running their businesses at age 10, age 12.
Wow.
Because I believe, as she said, when we build these talents from a young age, we will not have problems in future. So how can we solve it? If I was mentored or trained and my parents are like, let's nurture this thing when I was younger, I think I would be further than where I am, but God made it that way so that then I come back and help others. So for me is, for those of out there who are looking into training, intentional training on fashion and design, they're welcome to MEFA Institute of Design. Our social medias are MEFA Institute of Design. Our admin Judy is ready to receive your calls. All the questions can be answered, and we look forward to changing one life at a time.
Fantastic. Fantastic and well said. We're going to end it right there. I'm not going to add anything. Changing a life at a time. Thank you so much for engaging us. Thank you so much for the compliments, encouragement even, you know, during this show. We just want to say a big thank you to our listeners and viewers wherever you are. Asanteni sana. And to that special group of people, our donors, our partners who keep holding our hands to just ensure that we bring clean content, we want to say thank you very much. And if you want to be part of that group or community, please send your contribution to 316 our pay bill number, and the account number should be your telephone number, or even send the word partner to 20316 or our WhatsApp number 0786316316. God bless you and keep you until tomorrow on Matters Relationship. God bless you. Have a good day.